Hey guys, what's going on? It is your boy Southpaw Brad, and I'm here with another haul video. So I told you last video, I've got two videos to do before I get to this stuff back here, and I'll break these down in some form or fashion. This box has like 30 books in it, so this will be a longer video, but and this has truly been a test of my willpower because I do not typically like to let things just sit and go unopened. I like for every day to be Christmas, you know what I'm saying? So this video is for some stuff that I've pulled and I just want to share it with you. I basically decided there were a few keys, like some of these keys that we go after are you wait, that FOMO kicks in, you're worried about the price going up. So there were a couple of books that I targeted that I wanted to go ahead and jump on before the price elevated too much. So I'm going to show a couple of those. These were eBay purchases, and then I'm going to go through just some other online purchases that I made. And the other online purchases are for that's for just some spec books and some filler and stuff like that. So, okay, up first, I've got Astonishing X-Men number 6. First full appearance of Abigail Brand. This is one I've been wanting to get, and this copy is really nice. So I'm probably going to explore getting this pressed and have it graded, and so I can get it back in 2 years. So that's what this one's for. That was one of the books I wanted to target. The next one is this is the Mighty Avengers number 13, Secret Invasion tie-in, and this is the first appearance of the Secret Avengers or Secret Warriors. I'm sorry, Secret Warriors. Um, Brian Michael Bendis story, Secret Invasion tie-in, and there is some utterings that this will be these secret warriors will be coming down the pike. So I wanted to pick this one up. Actually found two pretty good copies. These were about 20 bucks. But that cover is so the cover's so dark on this one that it's really tough to get, you know, everything shows. So I was able to find two decent copies of that one. So I'm super excited about that. Um, Up next, we've got The War of Realms, New Agents of Atlas number 1. And unless you've been living under a rock, this is a really cool book. Um, I bought, I wouldn't mind getting a few copies of this, but when I started looking at this book, it was about $20. Now it's 35-ish, so I it's just one that it's gonna keep moving north. It's gonna keep going up, and I was like, man, I just can't wait any longer on this one. So wanted to pick up a copy of this one. This one too is in pretty good condition. So it might be slab worthy. So the last one I have in my um key books that I wanted to get is Uncanny X-Men number 282, first appearance of Bishop. This one's seen a little movement here recently. It kind of went up and then it dipped a tad. Now I was buying books at this time and I did not have this one. He was a popular character though, but they just made so many books back then. I can't imagine that there's not a bunch of these out there. Now, the condition would be the key because we're talking about a book that was, early 90s. So the condition is going to be everything. But that's the last of the key books that I picked up that I wanted to show you. And now we're going to get into some. I've been buying, these are just online purchases. And these are books I've been buying, and I actually need to stop and figure out how many of each of these I've got. But Up first, we've got Fantastic Four. This is number 245. This is first appearance of Franklin Richards as Avatar, and it's Franklin as an adult. So picked up two of those, and I was getting these for a fairly decent price. Um, so up next, so I think I'm probably done. I've got probably, I don't know, five or six ish of those. Um, and then to go along with that one, I also picked up three more copies of this Fantastic Four number 376, and this is first appearance of Lord, and it's Franklin Richards as an adult. So he's had a couple of names, and this is just another one. I picked up a few of those. Now these were cheap books. They weren't super expensive at all. And you know, if you want to buy spec books, and Franklin Richards is a very powerful character. Now these are some things that if you watch some of these YouTube channels, there's guys who migrate to certain spec books, and if you watch Newbie Comics, he's a big Fantastic Four guy, real big on he's really big on Franklin Richards, which Franklin Richards is one of the most powerful mutants. So it would only make sense that that he would hold an important place when he is when he's revealed or when he hits the MCU or whatever. So up next, I got to give a shout out to my boy Sith Lordley over at Spine Ticks. This was one he mentioned. He was doing a toy haul. So this is Uncanny X-Men number 333. And this is the first full appearance of a villain by the name of Bastion. And Sith Lordley had made a toy purchase and made a really good point that, hey, why would you make a toy of a character who is not doesn't have any prominence? And I suppose you could create such a toy, but my thought is, maybe you have some, and his thought was maybe you have some plans for this character down the road. So I picked up, again, was not expensive. I picked up four copies of that just for the heck of it. Um Up next, we've got, all right, I picked up one more of these. Moon Knight number 3. First full appearance of Hunter's Moon, cover appearance. I don't know, man. This we could do an entire show of whether it's number 1 or number 2, and there's a number of books we could have that same argument with. Um, we'll skip past that and get straight to the fact that the cover is dope, and I really like that. He's a cool looking. He looks like an adversary for Moon Knight, So I picked up another. I bought two when they came out, and then picked up, and then the price got a little bananas on those, and then I picked up another. So up next, so this is an Invincible tie-in, and this is Guarding the Globe number 4, and this has there's like 5 or 6 first appearances in here. Now, I did enjoy the show, but I was not familiar with the Invincible book. But this book wasn't super expensive. It had some first appearances, and I really like the cover. So, and you can just about, unless you get the trade paperback, you can just about forget about getting on the Invincible bandwagon. That bandwagon has left town. So that's an expensive book to be an indie. And but I thought this was a cool cover, some first appearances. So wanted to pick it up. Now we're getting into some kind of horror related. I'm not a big horror fan, so we're getting into some kind of horror related stuff. Um, I had mentioned previously the let's see, the Howling Commandos of Shield and some of their members, they form this group called Stake, which handles like is it extraterrestrial or extra normalities is how they how they put it. So I was like, okay, well, what about the characters who are in this group? So I'll jump ahead slightly. This is a book that I've shown on a number of videos, and these this particular book has a first appearance, but these characters just a really cool and very creative team. And on this team, you've got there's Man Thing and Manphibian and Hit Monkeys up here, and is it Orgo? I think is this character's name, and Dum Dum Dugan and Vampire by Night, and this is Teen Abomination. And I was like, what's the first appearance of some of these other characters? What's so I started looking and I found the first appearance of Teen Abomination. Now, who we haven't even seen, we have seen him, but we've barely seen the Abomination. So I said, hey, I'm going to go get the first appearance of Teen Abomination. So oddly enough, that's first appearance is in Superior Iron Man #1. First appearance of Teen Abomination, son of Happy Hogan, exposed to gamma radiation. So I picked up two of those. Obviously, they're not super expensive, but I just thought it'd be neat to have because I'm enjoying connecting this team and seeing where it goes. I just think it would be just a really cool team to do something with, whether it's an adult animated like in the vein of Archer or something like that. I just think it would be a really neat team to explore. Now Glyph is in this team, and her first appearance is in that Howling Commandos of Shield #1. So, but to continue that connection, we've got Shield #9. I shared this in a previous video. I picked up one. I was like, I'm just going to get one more, just one more. It's always one more. Southpaw Brad. Um, I've I've got several of these, but this is the first appearance of the team I was just speaking of, Stake, which is Special Threat Assessment for Known Extra Normalities. And it includes a lot of those characters I mentioned previously. So this is their first appearance as a team. And that team is in this book. This is their first solo series. And I'm just kind of having fun. There's some teams I'm starting to connect the dots on. I'm thinking like, who's been in the Thunderbolts? Who's been in Sword? Who are some of these other characters who have been in these teams that it appears as though they're going to do something with, have some connection with, and who are the team members, so to speak, for that, for that team. So continuing along the lines of this same horror theme, got Monsters Unleashed #1, and there's quite a few. This is a team. It's all these monsters. Oh shoot, Kid Kaiju, Aegis, Slizik, Scrag, Hyvo, and Makara. And this team of monsters is led by Elsa Bloodstone. I was like, man, that's really neat. That's kind of a cool. This is the, I don't know, second series of Monsters Unleashed. And I just thought that was kind of cool that, Elsa Bloodstone, man, she is really, that was a super creative idea to establish that character and, establish that character and have her so prominent in this with all the monsters and all this horror stuff that's coming out. It's really neat to have a character who is associated. And when you start connecting the dots on these characters, you start seeing like, oh, I didn't even know they partnered with this person or that person. So it's really cool to see that. Going along the same lines of these interesting teams that were formed, I picked up Marvel's Zombies #3. And when you can't send humans in to fight zombies, what do? You send in Machine Man and Jocasta. And, when you're made of metal, it's a little tougher for zombie to eat your brains and stuff. So I picked up 2 copies of that just because I thought it was cool. Now they have it's Armor, first appearance of Armor, which is another team affiliate. Now, did I figure out? Okay, Armor stands for Alternate Reality Monitoring and Operational Response Agency. So this is the first appearance of Armor, another like Shield type team. Is there anybody? I don't think there's. Now this says on the Marvel database, the Marvel Wiki, it says that this is the first appearance of Zombie Morbius, which would be pretty cool. So picked up 2 of those just because I was like, that's really unique. There's a lot of unique writing when you start doing these modern horror books, and I was pretty excited about that. So yeah, that's they're kind of a Shield esque team, and last but certainly not least, this was another like really weird book that modern horror ish. And this is Nick Fury's Howling Commandos, #1. And check this out, man. I mean, that's just like so who are associated? We've got the first appearance of the Howling Commandos, this monster version, I suppose. The team is comprised of the clone of Frankenstein. We've got Warwolf, who is this character right out in front here, and I think it might be the first appearance of Warwolf. We've got Vampire by Night, which is Nina Price, and that's in her first appearance is pretty pricey because she was in Amazing Fantasy with is it Aranya, the Spider Girl? Those are tough books to find. So Vampire by Night, Nina Price, Living Mummy, Gorilla Man, Zombie, and Grog. And I don't think there's any other. This Marvel Wiki site's really cool. They give a really nice synopsis of everything. I don't think there's anybody else of prominence in there, but it was just a really neat, like, hey man, let's send in our A team of monsters to handle this threat. So I'd ordered 2 of these, and with this white cover, I will say it does pick up some dirt. This one is dirty as heck, but I ordered 2 copies of this, and I didn't realize I was actually getting the director's cut as well. So I think instead of sending me the other one, they sent me the director's cut. But I was like, hey, whatever. That's neat. So I'll take it. So all right, we're caught up, folks. This is the video I needed to make so I can start opening this stuff. And I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you being patient. Make sure you check me out on Instagram. I'm doing like all kind of stuff on Instagram too, because there's just I had posted in my history, I've collected seemingly everything just about. I posted like some cards that quarterbacks that I have copies of. You got a little Troy Aikman, little Brett Favre. I posted that on Instagram. I went to eat dinner with my parents, and my mom's like, "Hey, you got a big box of toys in there," and it was all stuff from the early '90s. And actually, digging through that box, I found my original Star Wars toys from when I was a kid. Now they are beat to heck because I played with those things. I had the X-wing fighter and everything, but I don't know where that is. But in that box, I shared some things that I found, and this was kind of cool. This is the Michael Jordan starting lineup from 1991. I'm going to post a picture of this on Instagram as well. But it's kind of cool, just to go back, and this was stuff I was interested in the early '90s, and had some open figures. Got this spawn is, I mean, this venom is like translucent too. I had some spawn, that's why I misspoke. But he's kind of translucent lucent if you see that. That's kind of neat. But yeah, check me out on Instagram. I post stuff on there as well, and sometimes it's different stuff, sometimes it's to promote an upcoming video. But my boy Nicholas, I was online with Nicholas Golta. Was it? Yeah. And he said, "Hey, I'm ready for the next haul video." So I was like, "Man, Sunday I've got to do one." So I appreciate you requesting it, Nicholas, and um, I appreciate you watching and commenting and being a part of what I'm doing, and thanks for checking it out, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for checking it out, and stay tuned. We'll have some more stuff. We'll get into these things this week, and like I said, I'll probably do a box at a time or something. But I appreciate you guys checking it out. I appreciate the interest. I appreciate your comments. Please subscribe and like if you would. I would be that would make me very happy. And thanks for checking it out. I hope you folks have a fantastic week. And until next time, take care.